All right, I got us started because it's 6 and I'm just getting your spot here good and there's nothing on the base. You want me to put something?
Yeah,
Those fancy silver guys. Ooh, I love those. Alrighty. I do hope all of our Facebooky, posty things kind of worked. It did work.
Hey, Robin from California. Hey, Donna. Welcome, welcome. We are experiencing a gorgeous summer evening here in the Midwest. It's like open window weather and so grateful. Welcome Tina, welcome Kathy out in Montana. I think Tina's out east. Welcome, welcome. Our goal is to have a fun 1-hour show and get you out the door in time to get an evening walk in before the sunset. Be able to watch any TV in case there's anything on the TV tonight. So don't want to delay you from that. So welcome Jessica and Julie from Arizona. We got a lot of fans in Arizona, probably from going down to Colors of the Stone, To Be True Blue, 2 years in a row. Met a lot of people there. Over 16 days in the booth. Welcome Karen from Wisconsin. Tornado Alley near Walworth, Wisconsin. Tornado Survivor. And designer extraordinaire. Well, we have got a lot of stuff, and so we are got enough folks on the horn. Welcome, Gail, from the Madison area.
Got some good people that have never been on, so it's probably good to explain what we're
Yeah, so we are coming to you live from historic downtown Stoughton. It's the Ed and Becky Show. My name is Ed. Say hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Becky says hi. She forgot her lines there for a minute. So if you've done this before, you know what we're doing. But if this is your first time, what we're going to do is tonight we got 46 different lots. And we put out some lovely beads. And we say lot number 1. And we give you a description and a price. And then if you like it, you just say sold lot number 1 in the feed. And if there's any reason you wanted more than one, list more than one quantity, we'll just assume it's quantity 1 otherwise. We have, and then at the end of the show, we send you a secure click and pay invoice through Square. So again, if you've done this before, we know how to reach you. But if this is your very first show, you do need to send an email at the end of the show to Becky@diakonosdesigns.com. Of course, you can do it anytime during the show, so that we have your email address so that we can invoice you. It's just that easy. This is a very unusual show. We've never done this in 4 years of doing Facebook Lives, where usually you have to get to a certain minimum to get the discount on brand new non-sale merchandise. This is like brand new Strands. So we decided you're going to get 20% off today. And the prices you're seeing, so that's retail. So 20% off of that is going to be like $41.60. So keep that in mind. You're already at 20% off. If you get over a net $50 order, we'll ship it for free on top of that. If your order net of discount is under $50, it is a flat $5.95. if you are in our studio-based designer program, high volume program, you can get your discount or the show discount, whichever is better for you, but you cannot get both. And again, if for any reason, as noted in the newsletter, if anyone gets over $500 worth, they will get 30% off. So periodically through the night, I'll remind people what the effective discount price is on what they are buying. So I mentioned in the Facebook promo and on our newsletter that tonight we're going to have 46 different lots. 8 of those are going to be brand new African strands. 3 of those are going to be some gorgeous Pompeii glass, and I'll explain what Pompeii glass is. 19 lots will be Java glass from Indonesia, the island of Java. And then we'll finish the show with 16 lots of Ghana glass from Ghana in Africa. So we'll start and end with Africa, have Pompeii and Java in the middle. And we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. We have 7 strands of lot number 1, $52. These are Tuareg silver beads. Becky did some research on these. These come from Mauritania. These are found in Mauritania, Mali, and Algeria. So sometimes people call these Mali silver, but the official name for this 45 millimeter long, probably 6 millimeter wide shape with about at least a 2 millimeter hole is Tuareg's. There's about 20 on a 34-inch strand. So again, look at that strand length, very long. You get about 20 of these, and you're like, what can you do with these? And we make these gorgeous, and it's kind of hard to see. This is like a 42-inch long necklace, so it's a long beading chain, kind of bolo style, slide up and down necklace with a gorgeous Mary Isla bead. And then I always put some accents on the bottom of the 2 strands, and this I love using these on my silver toned what I call 9-way slider necklaces. So these are also great for earrings. You could literally strand them as well and make some gorgeous, make a gorgeous necklace with some maybe some African themed spacers in the middle. So again, 52 becomes 41.60 with today's show discount. And that's lot number 1. Lot number 2 is its twin sister in kind of like an antique gold brassish finish. We're going to probably say brass to be safe. And they are a little rarer and they cost us just a little bit more. So we're doing these at 58, which would become like, 40 something, 43-ish. And again, these have a luster of almost looking and feeling like gold, and we only have 4 strands of these. If these don't sell out, we may entertain half strands of lots 1 and 2, so keep that in mind. That we may be able to do a 10 count. For half the price minus the 20%. But we just have 4 of those in lot number 2. Lot number 3 is some really unique, fun, and these are only $5, which means they're only going to be $4. So who can't afford $4? We do have 20 of these. Again, as bright and shiny as gold. There's about 100 of these little brass rings, and they're about 3 to 4 millimeter. But if you look at them, they're all whole. So they're, and they do have a seam, so they could be used as a crimp. But they could also be decorative. They could also be used as a spacer. But again, they have a massive hole. Would you say these were intended to be used as very intricate crimps, Miss Becky?
Yeah, well, they can be anything. But they are my new favorite crimp because unlike the African beads that are similar, they are the edges are smooth, and you can easily get 2 1 mil strands through there, and you can get 2 1.5 mil strands through most of them, and then you just smush it down on each side, and it's a shinier, smoother look than the African crimps. And I often use the African crimps as well. But these just have, you know what I mean, a slightly different look, and I usually use them in pairs.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Miss Brenda. So we do have, again, 18 more of those if anyone is intrigued. When Becky gets African, she loves the bauxite. I think just the color is so endearing. And these are, we have 10 strands of bauxite, $20 a strand for 20-inch strands. So about $1 an inch, which you can't go wrong. How many? You're probably getting 4 or 5 beads in an inch. So, 20 cents a bead, 18 to 20 cents a bead, 22 cents a bead. And then you got the discount. So it's 20% less than that. These would only be a $16 with the sale. So 20-inch long strand. These are about 8 millimeters. They kind of graduate down to 6 millimeter, even 5 millimeter on some of these. But in the center, they tend to be more like an 8 millimeter cylinder. You can see they're various sizes. Some are big, some are a true cylinder, some are a true like coin-shaped hishi.
And they are great with round stones. You can mix them in with 6 or 6 mil or 8 mil rounds.
Becky says they're great with mixing in with 6 and 8 millimeter rounds.
Well, and they're just a beautiful neutral color, but just a deep vibrant. I mean, a beautiful color that is neutral, that gives you more color than a neutral. So that's what I like using for. And they work great, like working in a little bit of deerskin lace or leather on a bracelet or whatever.
Awesome. We got some amazing Venetian chevron glass. And if you know anything about this, this is a very painstaking process to make these beads. It's multiple layers of glass are, the beads are made individually, multiple layers of glass are added. What I don't know is how they get those perfect edges to them. But these are also, these have like a 3 millimeter hole. So you could do a ton of fun stuff with these. And strands that, these look like things that I've seen priced at $200. And when we got these, they only had 5 strands. It looks like one has either been sold or squirreled, but we got 4 strands still available at $68 for 22 inches. Again, $68 on this sale. Again, they sound like a broken record, becomes $54. So quite a deal if you love gorgeous large hole multi-use. A single bead could be a focal on a necklace. They're that gorgeous, This is probably, the next 3 lots are African recycled glass, and then we get into the Pompeii glass. And these are all slightly different colors and shapes. These are about a 12 millimeter cornerless cube, or you could look at it another way as being faceted. It's a 16-inch strand, not large hole, maybe a millimeter. I would say safely a millimeter, but not much more than that. Very unusual, kind of like a limey green, but yet a little bit of shimmer. You can see a little variant in the glass. When they do make the recycled glass, they're oftentimes making it with whatever they find, whatever they have on hand, and oftentimes, 2 batches of glass are not the same. So this is lot number 6, and we have 9 strands of that for 22, and again 22 becomes like around $17.60. Keep that in mind. Everything is 20% off tonight. I cannot stress that enough. So these next 2 are kind of sister strands. True classic 15 to 18 millimeter round irregular African recycled nuggets. This one's a Coke bottle green. The other one's going to have just a gorgeous, gorgeous aqua blue. And we just have 4 strands of each. Just $18 for an 11-inch strand. 11-inch strand, you're probably getting 25 to 30 beads. And again, 18 is now $14.40. So if you like the recycled glass. And its sister, again, like in a, you know, like water in the Caribbean. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful, pleasing blue. Very aquamarine, Aruba, you know, the beach in Aruba. 4 of these, again, 15 to 17 millimeter round nuggets. These do have at least a 2 millimeter hole. At least a 2 millimeter hole. They're handmade one at a time on a mandrel. So the size of the mandrel dictates that. So again, comfortably a 2 millimeter hole. So you can put it on 2 millimeter leather. Do lots of fun stuff with that. Next we have Pompeii glass. And Pompeii glass is similar to African recycled glass in that each bead is poured individually, manually on a mandrel. So every bead is made by hand. But I was talking with the person we bought these from. I said, I need to know more information about what makes Pompeii glass, and what makes Java glass. And I'll talk about Java glass in a minute. But Pompeii glass is recycled glass, but hand poured over a mandrel, bead by bead. And then it goes through typically 3 different secondary processes where different things are mixed with it. Silicons, potash, other, elements that they might have on the island. That these were made in Java. But it's a much more labor-intensive to get this gorgeous, gorgeous effect. And it does, these particularly look like Roman, like 2,000-year-old Roman glass. And we have just 8 strands of this in the blue. We have it in a blue, in kind of a clear, and kind of a matte light blue. So we do have these are probably in that 8 to 10 millimeter rounds, and again, comfortably, I would say comfortably 2 millimeter. These are going to be so lovely to do something fun with 2 millimeter. Yeah, we may have to put these in a kit if no one wants them. Thank you, Brenda. So yeah, lot 10 of the Pompeii glass. I would say 9. Lot 8 was, lot 9 was my favorite, but this is very close. You can see a lot of the occlusions in the glass. We have just 5 in this color. And I just called it clear for sake of coming up with a better name. Again, 2 millimeter holes, 8 to 10 millimeter hand poured, hand spun glass beads with 3 different, reheated 3 times to give these different effects.
Reheated 3 times. Oh, those are cool. Okay, so those are. You should hold them up close.
I am.
I don't think I remembered these beads. These are not clear. These are like, they're yummy. They're washed out like
I was running.
They're like washed out water beads, or like beach glass kind of.
Oh, like
color.
beach glass
yeah,
is a
and
better.
a little bit of variation. Some are green, some are anyway.
Beach glass is a better term. So yeah, beach glassy. I can't even remember what I put for the description of the next one. Blue. Oh, you know why? I didn't. So 11. What should I call 11? I don't know. Help me come up with a name for 11. I never did figure out the color. I just did a cut and paste. But anyway, this is lot 11. We have 5 of these. Like not quite like a light turquoise, like a turtle egg. Maybe not a turtle egg. That's not a good visual. Let's see. I don't know. Amazonite, maybe Amazonite. Matte aqua. All right, put that on your sheet, Mama. Matte aqua. 11 is matte aqua. And I have 5 strands of that. Again, 24 is $19.20 with the sale. You guys are gonna make me regret not giving 20% off without having to hardly do anything, because no one seems to be taking advantage of it other than our good friends Miss Brenda and Miss Lisa. But we're so grateful. So these are probably my favorite, one of my favorite lots. They are different, similar yet different to all the, you're gonna see 18 lots coming up of Java Glass at $12 a strand. This one's $18 a strand, and here's why. The beads are much bigger, and it's 2 inches longer. It's 26 inches instead of 24. But these are, while some of the other ones are 4 to 7 millimeter or 5 to 8 millimeter, these are 8 to 10 millimeter. And these do have, for sure, the smaller ones have a 1 millimeter, the largers have about 1.5 millimeters hole. So very stringable with leather and with thicker beading chain. It's hard to describe. I'll keep these on while I describe Java Glass. So Java Glass is poured in a cane, so over a mandrel, but it's poured in a cane, and what that means is there's a long stretch of it that's poured, and then it is either cut or broken apart, sometimes while it's hot, sometimes while it's cool, and then it is then tumbled by hand till it removes all the sharp edges, and then it is stranded. So still very labor intense. When they do these striping, it's and doing any coloration, they're using recycled glass and any elements that they have on the island. They're not importing dye chemicals or anything commercial. They're just literally grabbing things that are in Indonesia on the island of Java, available at their disposal. In some cases, natural colorants to color the glass. So these are the creme de la creme, I think, of the Java Glass. And again, I think you're gonna love these and be able to do a lot of fun things with them. So those are our first 12 lots are most, some of the most unique ones. Now, I don't know if you saw, I posted on Facebook, I don't know if I put in the newsletter how much Java Glass we bought, but we bought 12 lots of striped Java Glass and 28 lots of single color Java Glass, and we're just giving you a sampler. So we're just showing 6 of the 12 stripy lots That's all we have time for tonight, and we are just showing you 12 of the 28 single color lots. So imagine that we have 28 single color lots, and we didn't pick all the colors they had. They had about 80 colors where we got these from. So anyway, so these are now the little sisters of what we just saw. These are about 5 to 8 millimeters. They are most you might be able to get 1 millimeter through, but I wouldn't. You can't guarantee that you're going to get 1 millimeter through all of them, but you're going to probably get 1 millimeter through 80+% of the strand. This is one of my favorite colors of the 6 stripy lots that we have. I call it Autumn, and it's just so colorful. It's like 1970s disco pants. You could picture like Art Garfunkel wearing a pair of these pants, maybe. I don't know. That was very random where I picked Art Garfunkel. But anyway, so these are 12. But again, remember, 12 becomes $9.60. Yeah, again, it's not uncommon for Java glass of this quality to be $14 to $18 a strand. We've got it priced in our studio for $12 because we bought a lot of it to get this best price. But for you tonight, it's $9.60. So these next 18 lots you're going to see just have $9.60 on the brain, and know that if for some reason you bought $500 worth, that'd even be less. But anyway, this is lot number 9, and I called it Autumn. Lot number 10. I love the word Dauphine. We painted our house when we first got married. Or I shouldn't say when we first got married, but our very first house, we painted it Dauphine, which is kind of French for dolphin-like, and it's just kind of a really cool blue that's somewhere between teal and blue and a lot of different colors. Anyway, this one is mostly a red, white, and blue stripe, but kind of a Dauphine stripe. 10 of these available for $12 or $9.60. Lot number 15 is there's I think 4 different lots I call Robin's Egg in today's show. Maybe 3 different lots that I call Robin's Egg, and none of them are exactly the same tone, but this is just a very pastel-y blue, and so I just came up with Robin's Egg. It's just a gorgeous blue medley. 9 of these available. For people that are looking ahead, I have a darker blue, I have a greenish, and I have a pinkish, if you're doing some planning.
I would get those real nice and close to the string.
Oh, yeah.
Still, so people can really see how wonderfully handmade those pieces
Yeah.
are. These are like, pull them out and use them, amongst other plain beads, or use them individually or 3 at a time. They're just no good.
Alrighty. Autumn is correct, Dale. Autumn's lot 13. Dauphine is lot 14. Robin's Egg is 15. 16 is Pacific. I called it Pacific. We have just 8 of these available. It's probably more Dauphine-like than when I call Dauphine, and very tealish as well. So, but I called it Pacific. You can call it Sold if you want to. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it yours. Anyway, glad to see a lot of people like 15. So that was lot 16. 17, I was getting a little creative this afternoon. Again, for the second show in a row, I waited till the last second to get these cards prepared. So I called this one Lawn. I was trying to think of a fun green name, and I came up with Lawn, and it's 10 of these available. And it's mostly greens, and they stop short of a lime, but you got some soft greens, you got some olives, you got some yellows, you got some orange, and then you got some blue in there for a little interest. These would, you know, you could almost strand this and as a necklace and wear it with jeans. Put a little copper, antique copper accent, and maybe put a. Yes, ma'am. Ah. All right. All right, I call this one strawberry because it looks like the bottom of the bowl in strawberry shortcake, where you got a little bit of cake, a little bit of melted cream, and a little bit of chunks of strawberry. So I called it strawberry, but you can call it pink. And in case, you know, we had to have some cool I'm sorry, the opposite. We had to have some warm colors. I think most of my other ones were kind of cooler colors other than the autumn, so good to have a warm color. Again, $9.60 with today's sale. And that's the last of our stripies for the evening. The next 12 lots are a rainbow of colors as promised. And I'm just gonna flash this and see if it, so look, so we've got kind of the cool, the warm end of a rainbow. The warm end of a rainbow. And you can say, you know, if you're buying this to have a designer stash, you could just say, give me 19 through 24. Give me 19 through 24, and we'll just take care of it. Bet you'll figure out how to record that. But otherwise, we'll go through them individually, and I'll do the same on the next tray as well. So, lot 19. We have 3 colors of red. I picked this red as the red I like the most, and we're just calling it red because I was running out of names and running out of creativity. Again, with the sale today, $9.40. These are kind of more 4 to 7 millimeter, just slightly smaller than the stripies. Again, now you might find only 60% will strand on 1 millimeter, so you may have to, you know, really look at these as something you would strand on traditional stranding material, wax linen beadle-on, thin beading chain. Great for dropping in as accents in bracelet, necklace, and earring designs. Brenda's going to dive in with the designer challenge. Thank you, Brenda. And I think you'll, at $9.60, and I think you're going to probably even get a slightly better deal. You can't go wrong. Great, great to have these in your quiver, in your stash. I hear tell women have stashes and stashes of beads. All right, we have 2 different oranges. that are in this kind of palette. I just brought one of them. It's called I'm calling it burnt orange, maybe a pumpkin orange. And again, 10 of these are available. Well, technically 8 with Brenda's 2 being taken. So lovely burnt orange. Actually, I'll just bring it closer one more time. because you can kind of, let's make sure it gets in focus. Come on, focus. There you go. You can kind of see that there is just ever so now and then a slight different tone, bead to bead. These next ones, Miss Becky picked out. I would have not picked them out, and you know why? It just reminds me of a candy I used to get trick-or-treating that I didn't like, or maybe we had it around Christmas. And see if anyone can guess. The answer is yes, circus peanuts. Doesn't this look like circus peanuts? So I thought this looks like circus peanuts, but it also, and you're either going to say this is the coolest thing or it's the weirdest thing, but the more I...
Defense of my pick, if you show them with the other colors, you see how they just look amazing.
Yeah, and that's why I showed the tray, because these do pop. It's really, in all fairness, this is tangerine. It's not circus peanuts. And it is more tangerine-y than it is circus peanuts.
Circus peanut on the card. Oh my goodness. Tangerine is a much better name.
All right, so consider it.
I'm trying to diss my beat.
Consider it tangerine. Sorry. Sorry. And Becky loves the mustard, so the yellow we're going to call mustard, lot 22. And it is, you call it corn, we call it maize. I mean, kind of little kernels of corn.
Yes, orange creamsicle. See, that sounds much better.
Orange creamsicle. There you go. Thanks for saving me, Pat. Anyway, we still have 8 strands of mustard, if anyone is intrigued, at $9.60. This one, lot 23, light. I'm calling it light fern. Light fern. It's probably one of the most translucent strands we have in the show. So very very light and clear, and these do skew more towards that. For sure, it's more towards the 4 to 6 millimeter than some of these other strands. So, but just lovely, lovely, lovely. See if I can get these in good focus. There we go. Maybe there. All right, lot 23. And we're halfway through the show. We'll try to get you out of here not too late tonight, because we all know we got things to do. This one I called Emerald, because it was just such a gorgeous green. Such a gorgeous, like the Emerald City. 7 of these still available. You know, a little bit of variation in the color in these. There's a lot coming up that where you're going to see a little bit more variation than this. But I'm even seeing some that look like they're shimmering in the light, which is kind of lovely. Anyway, lot 24, Emerald. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Alrighty. Lot, I'm going to do the same thing with this next tray. Of course, I left it messy, so I got to fix it real quick. We're going to do the tray deal if someone wants to do the tray. And this is as that last tray was warms. This tray is the cools. So, got a different kind of robin's eggy, almost white. This is the really cool one. That's kind of a little bit of everything. And then like a periwinkle and a deep blue and another dauphine and a violet. So if anyone wants the tray, just say tray me, which would be lots 25 through 30. Lots 25 through 30. If you know you're going to want to have the designer pack, just tell Becky that. Otherwise, we're going to go through them individually, which is no problem. Welcome, Super Julie. So robin's egg, again, different type of robin's egg, but just it's kind of my default word for a very, very soft pastel blue. 10 of these available. And Miss Brenda's going to go for the designer pack. Thank you, Miss Brenda. But yeah, anyway, those are just super lovely, very beachy, very nautical. This whole tray is very, you know, it's great for making stuff that you would wear on your next cruise or your trip down to Florida or whatever.
These are a great size for ankle bracelets and a great look for ankle bracelets because they're kind of beachy. In my humble opinion.
Yeah. Oh, I got the wrong card. That was still lot 25. So lot 26 is, I called it teal medley, but look at that. You're getting a lot of stuff there. You're getting like 4 or 5 different colors. And there's only 6 of these available.
Oh, lot 26?
Yeah, because remember, Brenda's already taken 2.
Oh, all right.
So I'm updating my, and now Lisa wants a couple, so it'll be even less. So yeah, very, very unusual on 26. 27, called Periwinkle. Some of you, when I get to lot 30, which I called Violet, you might say, well, that's periwinkle. But anyway, this is what I called periwinkle. It's just a very gorgeous, gorgeous, almost like a light royal blue. Maybe royal blue would have been a better color name. But so yeah, these are, I mean, if you love blue, I mean, so again, if you saw the tray earlier, there's 2 other blues, but this is a very bluey blue. I almost called this Brad Pitt's eyes. Not that I like staring at Brad Pitt's eyes, but I just, you know, like a sexy blue, you know. And this is probably a true royal blue. A true blue. I called it Caribbean blue. We have 6 of these still available. If you are interested. Again, if you're just joining us, everything is 20% off the retail price, so this would be $9.60 when it comes time to invoice you. You get 5 or 6 strands. We probably need, with discount, you need 6 strands, but that's all you need is 6 strands, and you get free shipping. So you can't beat that. So reminder to get them up to the camera. And again, that was lot 28. 29 is another dolphinish, tealish version. I think I just went with Dauphine. Again, I was running out of creativity for names. So there's 7 of these available. These have some bigger cylinders than some of the other strands. If you like bigger focal beads or more cylinder-like beads, This seems to have been, when they were hand cut, seems to have been cut as such. So again, Dauphine, 7 strands. And then we have Violet. Violet is, I was kind of torn between Violet and Lilac. Now that I think about it, maybe it's more lilac-y. But anyway, Violet or Lilac. Just $12, 7 of these available. If you like to, if you're doing your Roy G. Biv, this would be your V in the Biv for Violet. So that is all of our Java glass. We have just 3 more trays, and all the remaining trays are something called Ghana glass. And anything else you can tell me about Ghana glass that I don't know already, Miss Becky? It's made in Ghana, which is in Africa.
I don't know how much you know. So they're often made by farmers in fields who are guarding their crops because they have to be aware of wild animals out there. So they look for other fun things to do. And they have a big rock where they have little divot holes carved out, and they drop melted glass and drop it in. And the reason the holes are so irregular is they just find whatever grass or whatever is around and stick it in there to make a hole that burns out. So it's a very cool traditional method of feed making.
Wow. I don't know if anyone heard that, but these are made by farmers in Africa, literally in the field by hand, while they're waiting for, while they're on lion watch and of their property, or monkey watch. So we have 16 lots of Ghana glass. The first 8 are 11-inch strands, approximately 60 beads. The last 8 lots are 5.5-inch strands, approximately 30 beads. Proportionately, these are 24. Those short half strands are 12. It's just that easy. These are all, like I said, there's probably no 2 sizes and shapes exactly alike, but the commonality is they're all like a saucer, and they're all around 12 millimeter. But as Becky noted, most of these have a very large hole, usually at least 3 millimeter, but some of these are, then again, you get a stray one that's got like a 5 millimeter hole. Then you got a stray one with a 2 millimeter hole. But for the most part, they are semi-uniform, great for designing. Carmen is saying Crobo. These are sometimes called Crobo as well. And anyway, so we have 8 lots coming up. These first 3 are medleys. We have what I call a rainbow medley, a nautical medley, and a citrus medley. And then we have 5 different solid colors: blue, teal, lime, ivory, pumpkin-ish. And then in the half strands we have a lot of warm and a lot of cool, and we have one medley in the half strands that's different than these. So anyway, again, 24 becomes $19.20 with your discount. So these are rainbow, and a lot of these, most of these Crowbar Ghana glass, we have just about 4 strands available, so not a lot. So first one is I'm calling rainbow. The second lot 32, I am calling nautical, and we have just 3 strands of that available. you're seeing more cool colors and blues. There is some stray colors of the rainbow mixed in, but you're mostly seeing some lovely blues. And again, you're getting about 60 beads for 19 bucks. So you're paying about 33 cents for a handmade bead that took some time and effort and energy, and then they all had to be stranded on top of that. So.
What it's worth, these are awesome as buttons. I use them a lot for that, and they are great as a button.
Oh, very good.
Glass, isn't it?
Becky's saying these can be used at the end of a simple bracelet as a disc button. You literally make a loop on one end, tie a knot through this on the other end, and that becomes your button. And if you have a metal allergy, that's a great solution, that these literally can be used as buttons. So this one I called citrus. It looked like some lemons and some limes, but there's also some, whites and blacks and grays mixed in with your lemons and limes. So kind of like a lemon lime seltzer, in a gray coffee cup. I don't know. Very fun. We have just 3 of these left. So, oh no. Well, that's a typo then. We have just 3 of those. Make a note of that, Miss Becky. Lot 33, we have just 3 of. Lot 34, get your finger on the trigger. These are gorgeous, 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 gorgeous blue. I just went with simple blue. But get ready, because they look like they're lapis nuggets. They are just so rich in blue, you want to take a knife and fork to them. There is 5 of these, so we do have some, plenty to share. If someone really, really, really wanted to split one of these longer strands into a half strand for 12, we wouldn't turn it down, but thanks for the love, Miss Claire. Yeah, and like I said, this is $19.20. You can find it elsewhere for less money and free shipping. Then go for it. So again, Dauphine, yet seemed like my robin's egg, yet another different color of Dauphine, but it's kind of a deep teal. Just 4 of these available. And again, you could literally put some Kishi like disc spacers in there, metal, or even another semi-precious stone. Maybe even that bauxite. Boy, for some reason that bauxite, I wonder if they're color wheel or if I'm just crazy. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if sticking that bauxite, maybe it's not the perfect, but it would be very interesting. It would look very very southwesty, very tribal. Anyway, lot 35 is $24, and we got some lime. There's a few folks out there that loves the lime. Look how yummy and bright these are. Look how big those holes are. Look how smooth and glassy these are. We just have 3 of these left in the lime at 11 inches, about 60 beads. And again, for $19.20 after the sale. So again, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong, but it's either your thing or it's not. Alrighty. We got Just one more. No, two more trays. Sorry. I'm like, oh, I thought this was going so fast. So this is one I called Ivory. We actually have 6 of this. If you're looking for a neutral or something to put between turquoise, something to put between like larger focal beads, and you want a neutral, this is like kind of a tannish, ivoryish, wouldn't quite call it white, definitely an off-white, definitely a cream, but probably like a true tusky ivory, like a true ivory tusk. So again, 6 of these are available, and these are you know, you kind of see a mixture of shininess and matte, so you can have a little bit of both. I'd say at the end of the day, the closer you look, there's some shine on these. Absolutely. All handmade, 1 bead at a time. So yeah, maybe Ashanti. Ashanti is a better name.
And that they're made in Ghana.
They're-
I'm just looking for some specifics.
Yeah. So good point. Ashanti beads. I call these melon. These look like kind of like a cross between cantaloupe and probably more though like a watermelon. Probably more like a watermelon. 5 of these available. And then we got the half strands. Super selection mix. We could create a super selection mix. You know, all the half strands, and then maybe half strands of the these last 8. I don't know. Tell us what you want. We'll make it happen. So now we're down to 30 beads, and let me just count to make sure. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Yeah, I would say comfortably 30 beads. I'm calling these raspberry. So now we're at $12, which again with the sale, $9.60. So for $9.60, you're getting 30 beads, 32 cents a bead for a handmade bead, Ashanti. And you know, you can wear your necklace out, and people will be like, "Girl, your necklace so fine with those Ashanti beads." And you say, "Thank you. I got them on Diakonos's last Facebook Live." These I called pumpkin, but they're really more like a deep raspberry sorbet than they are pumpkin. My lighting might have not been good when I was doing this, but they are kind of you can see they're definitely less bright than the raspberry. Just 4 of these available in pumpkin, lot number 40. 41, I was really happy with my name that I came up with. These 41 is, I call these coffee, because these look like coffee beans. I was going to go chocolate, and it's like, chocolate's boring. But they definitely look like squished milk duds, too. So definitely squished milk duds. But I went with coffee beans because I think more people be like, ooh, coffee. Yeah, sounds good. Get me a nice coffee. So I can stay awake with it, you know, through Ed's monotone voice. Anyway, so lot 41, 4 of these available in Cafefe. Our only half strand medley is, I'm calling it rainbow. It's far different than in the other 3 medleys you saw. And again, we just have 4 of these. But it's kind of like more of like a Skittles, you know, deep colors, and with not a lot of whites and blacks mixed in. It's pretty much you're getting color in you're getting a lot of color bang for your buck. So that's lot 42 is the colors. And this last tray, I just had fun doing some pairing with. Actually, I'm going to probably go this way. You know, just look how, you know, these are like, you know, the sheets you have in your guest room. I mean, you know, look at that. Just nice. You know, 4 colors that I just thought went so cool together. So if you say, I want 43 through 46, I don't know, I just thought these went really well together. But lot 43 is light blue, and then we'll get you on your way. We only got 4 more to go, and then we'll get you on your way. 43 is light blue. 4 of these available. As you look close at these, you can start seeing there's almost like a speckle to them. Like they're made of an agate or something like that, but they're obviously glass. But it's like the glass really did some fun things as it was being heated and cooled. So lot 43 is light blue. 44 I went with sky blue. Sky blue, lot 44. Lot 45 went with my robin's egg again, the 3rd different color of robin's egg. So, very lovely. It's like every bead is like a work of art. And finally, lot 46. These are kind of gray. I was trying to come up with a fancy name for gray, and I just went with gray. You know, like light charcoal or river rock, or, you know, they look and feel like river rocks, but they just be a lovely, lovely gray. So a great accent. So that is all we have for you tonight. Again, so I did see some first-time shoppers on the feed tonight, so if you have not already done so, please send an email to Becky@theakinosdesigns.com, or you can also use Facebook, the message feature inside Facebook. Just do not put your email in the main feed, you know, for your purpose, you know, for your safety purposes. You can certainly trust us with your email. We're trusting you with our beads, so it's just that easy. And anyway, so we will probably send out invoices before 10 o'clock Central Time tonight, so look for those invoices. And we'll ship, if you pay overnight or tomorrow, we'll ship them tomorrow or Saturday, whenever you pay for them. So again, everything you bought today is going to be marked 20% off. If your net order was over $50, you got free shipping on top of that. else you pay $5.95 for shipping. Coming up in 3 weeks, we normally do these shows every 2 weeks, but coming up, we're going to be at a family reunion 2 weeks from now. So in 3 weeks, we are going to do a Strand super sale. We're going to take our overstock strands from Tucson from 2023 and 2024, and we're going to put them at 30 to 50% off. 30 to 50% off. There won't be any additional discounts or specials available for that show, and everyone does pay shipping on that show. But again, you're getting 30 to 50% off. And we've got a 5-week strand sale going on in our studio, and that show will mark the end of the strand sale and the start of our 16th anniversary sale. So we haven't figured out our shows yet for the remainder of August and September. Becky's always noodling on new kit ideas, and we hope to have some new kit ideas during that time. And I also still have more components that I could do on a amazing super duper D-stash component sale as well. So look for those coming up. But the next show will be this same time, 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursday, August 8th. And again, that will be super strand super sale, 30 to 50% off. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and we'll see you all again in 3 weeks. Sleep tight, God bless, and we'll see you soon.